Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something absolutely massive. I mean, we all use it every single day, right? But very few of us actually understand the staggering technical and economic scale of YouTube's back-end architecture. Seriously, think about it for a second. What invisible machinery actually powers a $500 billion economy? Today, we're going to look right past that front-end app sitting on your phone, and we're peering directly into the massive, self-sustaining flywheel of data, video, and revenue that operates completely silently in the background. Here's our system blueprint for today. First, behind the play button. Second, transcoding and global delivery. Third, algorithms and watch time. Fourth, the monetization flywheel. And finally, number 5, the 2026 creator economy. All right, kicking things off with section 1, behind the play button, the first millisecond. Because honestly, everything starts with a logistical nightmare that the system just has to elegantly solve in real time. 500. That's 500 hours of video being uploaded to the platform every single minute of every day. To put that into perspective, the system has to be incredibly, almost unbelievably robust just to catch all that incoming data without immediately crashing the second you hit that upload button. So how does it handle these massive files so seamlessly? Well, it uses a highly specific upload workflow. First up, it uses chunked uploads. It literally breaks your massive video file into smaller, manageable parts. This is a lifesaver because it prevents failures. If your Wi-Fi suddenly drops, the system just resumes that missing chunk rather than forcing you to start the whole thing over. Next, it does a quick pre-validation to instantly check the formatting and codecs. And finally, it saves all that raw data safely in distributed object storage. It basically functions like a giant digital warehouse. Let's move to section 2, transcoding and global delivery, the factory. This is where the heavy lifting by the backend servers truly begins, and it's fascinating to see how this builds out. Now, to understand this factory, we've got to talk about transcoding. Think of transcoding kind of like an automated Pixar-style assembly line with a bunch of robotic arms. It takes that single, raw, uploaded video file and mathematically splits it into dozens of different formats, resolutions, and aspect ratios, using industry-standard codecs, stuff like H.264 or VP9. This guarantees that whether you're watching on a brand new 4K smart TV or maybe an older mobile phone with a really spotty connection, the video is actually going to play. And this factory creates a really vital contrast. It takes that heavy, raw 4K file the creator initially uploaded and instantly transforms it into a lightning-fast adaptive bitrate stream. Thanks to this transcoding factory, the video player can dynamically switch between these different formats right on the fly depending on your current internet bandwidth. So it essentially ensures you don't end up staring at that dreaded buffering circle. We all hate that, right? But here's the thing, just having the file processed isn't quite enough. We still need physical delivery. Once transcoded, these files are pushed out to global content delivery networks, or CDNs. What this actually means is that when you hit play, the video isn't making a massive journey from a single server way out in California. It's actually streaming from a cached server physically located close to your own neighborhood, practically eliminating any latency. Having the video ready to play instantly is brilliant, but honestly, it's only half the battle. The system still has to find the exact right viewer. That brings us to section 3, algorithms and watch time, the engine. Consider this paradigm shift for a second. The algorithm's job is not to promote the best content. Its job is to maximize watch time. The absolute core metric driving the entire recommendation engine is watch time. Keeping users on the platform longer directly equates to more ad impressions, and therefore more revenue. But to maintain that watch time, the algorithm has to constantly learn and evolve, so you, the viewer, don't just get bored and click away. And this brilliantly illustrates how they actually do that. To tune that engine, engineers use a post-ranking framework called LAFB, which stands for Learning to Alleviate Familiarity Bias. Think about it. If the algorithm only ever showed you exactly what you already like, your watch time would eventually drop off. You just get tired of it. So LAFB mathematically adjusts the recommendations to gently suppress overexposure to familiar content while boosting novel discovery and emerging creators. This framework successfully gets you exploring a broader range of new content while keeping overall watch time completely stable. Pretty clever, right? Now, running right alongside that recommendation engine is a massive, strictly objective moderation framework designed to maintain brand safety and community guidelines. The system uses automated content ID to scan for copyright matches. It meticulously enforces COPPA compliance by requiring creators to clearly declare if their content is made for kids. And crucially, it calculates a metric called the violative view rate, or VVR. by utilizing a statistical method called stratified random sampling, where human raters evaluate proportionately sampled views from various risk buckets. They can accurately estimate and remove policy-breaking videos to objectively protect the platform's integrity. So, we've got the immense storage, the local delivery, the retention algorithm, and the moderation framework. How does all this architecture actually turn into a financial ecosystem? Welcome to Section 4, the monetization flywheel. It all anchors on a massive revenue split. We're talking 55% of the ad revenue going directly to the creator and 45% to the platform. By voluntarily sharing billions of dollars like this, the platform essentially engineered a self-sustaining supply chain. They ensure an endless, completely free supply of high-quality content simply because the creators are highly financially incentivized to keep making it. But, the monetization engine has evolved way beyond just basic pre-roll ads. It now provides diversified, highly stable income streams to shield creators from wildly fluctuating ad markets. We've got YouTube Premium, providing stable subscription revenue. Channel memberships and Super Chat allow for direct financial support right from loyal fans. And recently, Shorts monetization brought that 45% revenue split directly to short-form content, which really helps keep creators locked into the ecosystem. So the crucial point here is how all of this invisible engineering culminates into an absolute economic titan. Let's look at our final section, the 2026 creator economy, a $500 billion future. We have shifted drastically away from the old landscape of the solo creator just sitting in their bedroom. By 2026, top creators are operating as diversified holding companies. Those old flat-fee brand sponsorships, they're fading out, being replaced by hybrid performance deals driven by really strict data attribution. And over on the regulatory side, we've moved from a very light-touch era into strict legal compliance with things like the FTC and the EU's Digital Services Act. When you drill down into this $500 billion industry, the data shows us a very specific sweet spot for 2026. Turns out the absolute best return on investment for brand partnerships is now found with mid-tier creators. We're talking channels with 100,000 to 500,000 subscribers because they perfectly blend high audience engagement with significant reach. Furthermore, that whole panic over AI replacing creators, that's over. AI is simply functioning as a production toolkit, making creators faster and way more efficient. And finally, virtually every campaign is now multi-format, spanning shorts, long-form video, and podcasts as a completely standard package. Which leaves us with this final, rather provocative thought. As we watch these massive, diversified creator holding companies essentially replacing the independent solo channel, will the decentralized digital media landscape of tomorrow just slowly morph into the rigid corporate TV networks that we originally left behind? It's a genuinely fascinating question, and one that all of this invisible engineering actually makes possible. Thanks for diving into this explainer with me, and definitely keep thinking deeper about the machinery behind the media you consume every single day.